Alright, so this week on the Sakura build, mono shock front end finally. So we're going to get that done. Servo mount and hack gear servo from EA Racing, and I got aluminum spur gear cover, so I picked up that aluminum spur gear cover. So that's what we're going to cover this week. I did get the body mounting kit, but I'm probably not going to get that done. And I finally ordered a motor and ESC and a receiver and a transmitter. So what else I need to do is the front steering. It binds up, and after looking, there's two little nubs on here where these two front screws, they go in. They have two little nubs on the bottom that hit the steering, so I need to take this off and sand them down. I'm probably going to hit them with a Dremel real quick, but I definitely noticed that the steering is binding up, so but we're going to do that too. I think that's it this week. Like I said, finally got the rest of the parts, so it's almost done, almost ready to drift. Just got to figure out a body and a paint job, but the hard part is pretty much done. So I'm going to assemble servo mounts. Basically, you need these two little washers, these conical washers, I guess they call them. Let me see if I can get it. You need those two from the actual kit. Let me get a pair of scissors, which I never have handy, and everything else is in here. So real easy, obviously. Slap these two. Make sure I got the servo going the right way before I do all this. Alright, so I'm just going to mount the servo. Put a tiny bit of Loctite on the end of the screw. Line it up. Knock it out. I am not having a good day today. There we go. This is a better option. I got like butterfingers today or something. At least fumble fingers. I'm fumbling everything. So that's basically it. I'm just going to mount the other one. So we're going to get the other screw in here. And then go back and tighten everything down. It's definitely not easy one-handed right now. But trying to hold this, I need to hold the servo in place and then get these screws in there. Get it going in straight. Probably help. There we go. Alright. Now I got them somewhat tight. And what I'm going to do is flip it back over. I'll move this first. It's real easy. And tighten these down. And we should be all mounted. I'm just going to go back and check these, make sure they're tight. And servo is mounted. I'm going to put this plate back on later. I wanted to get the servo mounted before I got the plate back on. So, since I've been messing around with the front suspension, I'm just going to leave it off. Alright, I'm going to break open monoshock front end and start working on that. Okay, so I'm not entirely sure how this goes together, so we're going to kind of wing it. I got some idea of, obviously those are springs, so what I'm going to do is cut this center bag open. These are actually, let me see, going to be the upper arms. I got that idea. These are the mounts for the upper arms, and then these are the shock mounts, and that's obviously a bag of hardware. So we're just going to bust this open here. Let's just get this all out. Like I said, the only thing I've seen of this is a picture. but I have, like I said, I have a basic idea of how it goes together. And we're going to see if we can get it done right. Okay, so like I said, these are going to be the upper arms now. Oh, they have set screws in them. They're super loose. It's because they have set screws in them. What I'm going to do is figure out right and left and right. Guessing like that. Not that you can see them. Like, oh no. So that's got to go on the back actually. This obviously, let's see. So this is going to set into here. That's where the shock's going to mount. And like that. So I stepped away from the arms, and these are now the new upper arm mounts, and figured out how these go on. So these are going to mount on here like this. Those are going to be upper arm mounts now. So I'm going to mount those in there. Let's see, a couple screws. This doesn't come with all the hardware to mount this. So I have extra screws from all the stuff that I taken off and all the new stuff I put on. So luckily I have extra screws. Now let's see here. As far as where this has to sit, it's kind of indexed. It can move, so I'm going to just put a couple screws in it, and until I figure out the arms, how they actually mount, I'm not going to tighten it down. Find the two holes. My guess is, let's see if I can move this here. Probably somewhere in there, but I'm just going to loosely tighten it in there so it doesn't slide back and forth. Alright, so that's how that mounts. Okay, so it doesn't come with all the hardware, but it comes with some of it. So these go together like this. This is obviously going to be your new arm. So you're going to mount the shock tower. This is going to be the new shock mounting. And the screw that it comes with actually mounts this to the arm. Those are loose, so, but there it is. This can be your new upper control arm with the shock mount on it. Like I said, it is weird. These are threaded, but I did check it, and the rod that holds these in goes through there without any issues. So I don't know why they're threaded, but so that's it. So we get them. So you're gonna go like this. The shock's gonna mount to the back. So I'm gonna get these mounted up and go from there. Alright, so as you can see, I got one side done. I cannot film this because it is a pain to get these spacers in here. I can get two on, and then, like, either way, I can either get the front ones on and not get the back one on, or the back one on and not get the front one on. Okay, so they're both mounted. They were just a pain to get done. I had to use a piece of a screwdriver kit I had to kind of come through the back hole with and hold the one washer in place, one spacer in place, and then use the shaft to get the other two in place. It is definitely a hard task to get done. So, but I got them in, got the set screws tightened down, and we're good. So now we're going to mount up the shock. Alright, so I'm just going to use the factory shock hardware off the factory tower. Alright, so I'm just going to use the factory shock hardware. I'm going to put it in this end. Now the kit comes with two springs. Again, no instructions, so I don't really know. I do know one of the springs was longer than the other. They both seem a little bit softer than a factory spring. Without knowing, I mounted the longer of the two springs, and so that's what I'm going with. Again, no instructions. Get the spring, okay. So there we are. That one's got that underneath of it. It's all twisted up. So there it is, front monoshock conversion. After looking again online, you can actually do it the opposite way, where you can run the shock here, but you have to switch the arms. I'm not even positive this is the right way that I have it, but it's the way I have it right now. That's the way I'm going to start with it. If it needs to be changed, go back and change it. I'll just have to switch the arms around and stuff like that. But that's it. Monoshock front converted. Like I said, I still need to adjust the arms, and so I'm trying to get the front adjusted. The front has a ton of positive camber now, meaning the wheel is leaning like this. I can't really tell. Instead of like this, it should be leaning a little bit on an angle in, but it's leaning all the way going that way. The top is leaning that way, or the top should be leaning that way a little bit. I tried to adjust this arm right here. I got it basically tight all the way in there, and there's not enough adjustment. I took the shock off to see if that was causing the issue, and again, it's still kind of stuck where it is. My guess is I need to change these ends. I think these ends are too long, and they don't give me enough adjustment. They're not deep enough in here, but they're too long of an end. So I have some parts that came with the kit. I'm going to try these short ones, see if they go over top of that ball, and if they do, I'm going to try those, I guess. I mean, I could try the next one down, but I don't think that one's going to give me the which call I need either, the adjustment. So I'm going to go with the small ones and see if that even works. So let me try this and see what happens. So where I'm at is, I basically took the factory rod out of the other one of these, and I'm using that now. This is just too long. There's no way, you can see, there's no way that no matter any amount of adjustment I got, I'm trying to get that a balance right there, is going to give me a little bit of negative camber for the front. So I'm sure I could have extended this out, which would have gave me the negative camber that I wanted, but I think this is, right now, this is a better option. So that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to do the other side. Got them both mounted and adjusted. Feel a lot better. The best thing, the biggest thing that I feel a lot better is this. I can definitely tell that the steering was binding up, and sanding it definitely freed it up